Nicole, and welcome to the first episode of Single, Thriving, and Slightly Delusional.
For this episode, we're going to have a discussion about our insecurities in high school and how we achieved our self-love journey. I hope you guys can relate to some of our experiences. Let's talk about our insecurities nung bata tayo. Because if you guys don't know, kami ni Nicole, we've been friends for how long?
Nearly 2 decades. Yes.
No!
Yes, we've known each other since
Since high school.
we were 13,
13 and now I'm 27.
28. I mean, in a couple of years, gonna be 20 years. Can you believe
So we've
it?
known each other longer than we didn't know each other.
Yes, exactly. And for that span of time, we've transformed
Yeah.
so
Kasi
much.
Isipin mo, from high school, college, and then now we're both working. So, parang nandun tayo sa transformative phases of life. Let's go back to high school muna.
Yeah.
So, I have some questions that I want us to discuss. So, yung number one is, ako, personally, I know I grew up very insecure at first. I think, medyo ikaw din.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Ikaw din. Kasi nung, di ba sa high school, syempre may mga cool kids, may mga nerds, ganyan. May parang cliques, may mga
Jocks, and then there's
Yeah.
the normies like us.
Oo. Ikaw ba, what do you identify as nung high school?
I would identify more of the nerds. You know, kasi I've always been more in the academics and also into the leadership, mga class president, ganon.
Oo.
Pero I wouldn't say that made me popular. That made me scary, I guess lang, to the other people, especially to boys. Kasi I've always been commanding, right? Always been into books and always been into order, into things. And I feel like that kind of turned people off, right?
Yeah, because you're like the classmate na naglilista ng noise.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Siya yun.
Exactly. So, I wouldn't say I would be the type na gusto yun ng mga tao.
You're like the teacher's pet, I would say.
Yeah. I would. Sad, but yeah.
But that's not actually bad. Diba? Kasi other people have it worse. Like, na-feel mo ba na nabully ka nung
No, not really.
nung naman, diba? Ako naman, late bloomer kasi ako. So, nung high school, if you remember, sobrang liit ko talaga. So, yun yung naging branding.
You had puberty, I think, at the very late
16.
16,
Like, I
last
had my
year of our
period.
high school.
I had my first period nung year-ender namin, ng senior year.
Yeah.
Kasi pag-graduate na tayo ng high school.
I think you were the shortest pa sa batch. Right?
As in, like, sobrang hindi normal. Yung pagkaliit ko nun, hindi normal.
And how did that make you feel?
Nung time na yon, parang feeling ko, hindi ko feel na teenager ako. Parang feeling ko bata ako. So, in terms of like, dating, like, I never had any high school fling. Kasi feeling ko, even our classmates saw me as bata. Di ba? Parang I haven't even had my first period. So, wala pa ako sa puberty stage. Tapos, feeling ko nobody had a crush on me nung high school kasi nga bata ako. Ikaw ba?
I totally relate. Like, when you mentioned the word dance, like, in high school, we had barn dances, acquaintance parties, prom. They were events I didn't really look forward to. Kasi I knew those were the nights that couples, or at least people who were popular, would get even more popular.
Yeah.
And for people like us at the time who were just normal, or even less normal, it was a night that only made me more insecure. In high school, boys, for some reason, get the privilege to have to ask the girls to dance. And so, we as girls, we often had to wait around.
Yeah.
Oh, i-ask ba ako nito sumayaw, gano'n. And kapag hindi ako sinayaw, and walang sumayaw sa akin, it made me feel so ugly or so, insecure. And at a very young age, hindi ko pa naiintindihan yung meaning ng self-worth, or ng confidence, or ng beauty. All I knew at the time was, walang may gusto sa akin.
So, feeling mo nung high school, hindi ka maganda?
Hindi ko talaga na-feel na maganda ako. If anything, I felt smart for sure, and I was confident about that. Pero I didn't really feel pretty.
Actually, same. Kasi, di ba nung high school, kilala mo yung mga magaganda eh. Like, you already know who they are.
Yeah.
Di ba? Parang, siya yung maganda, siya yung maganda. Alam ko naman sa sarili ko kung saan ako. Alam ko naman na hindi ako doon talaga. So, hindi na rin siguro ako nag-try to be one of the pretty ones. Kasi parang when you're in high school, you're trying to categorize yourself. Kasi di ba, you don't know who you are yet eh. You don't know who you are. So, parang, hinahanap mo yung place mo. Diba? That's why it's important na yung may mga clubs na ikaw, active ka sa mga clubs, diba?
Yeah, but kasi nung you were talking about placing us in certain status quo, right? Stereotypes. Eh ako, I think I categorize myself as overachiever. Ganun na, pinilit ko sarili ko. Total, yun na naman tingin sa akin. Di, why not just keep going at it? So, excel sa ACADS, excel dun. But that didn't really make me feel popular din with the boys.
Yung sabi mo, yung attention of the boys sa high school, do you think that affected you even up to now?
I think it affected me significantly kasi I tied my self-worth to popularity or to attention. And I don't know why at the time. Hindi ko alam kung bakit naging yun yung meaning ko of self-worth. Ang alam ko lang nun, if people gave me more attention, it meant I meant more. Or it gave me
So yun yung
better-
currency. Parang yun yung currency of self-worth. Is the more attention you get, the more compliments you get from people, that's how you value yourself.
Right.
I think that's very important din to know kasi, di ba nga, in high school, you're trying to place yourself in a stereotype. So meron parang, kung maganda ka, you're the pretty one. That's it. Parang sobrang limited ka dun. Di ba? Or like, if you're the smart one, that's it. Pero as we grow older, parang you realize na you can be all, you can be both,
Yeah.
you can be a lot of things combined. Like, you don't have to fit yourself into one box. So I think, now, yung sinabi ko na parang, how did it affect you growing up? Feeling ko, the fact that we didn't get that validation in high school. Growing up, we tried so hard to get that validation from other things. So, it's good then in hindsight kasi mas nag-explore tayo ng other skills that we can have, other personalities na pwede pa nating i-explore kasi hindi tayo na-box into one category.
How would you describe your transformation from that state? Yung feeling mo na ang bata mo, hindi ka maganda, nobody really paid you attention or took you seriously as a girl. How did that make you feel growing up, becoming a woman?
Feeling ko, it affected my relationships nung college na ako. Tandang-tanda ko yung first day, college, orientation. Freshman orientation yun. Tapos parang, syempre, coming from the province, tapos yung mga kasama ko doon, yung mga taga Manila, yung unang-una kong impression was, bakit lahat sila nag-i-English? Like, bakit sila nag-i-English, tapos lahat sila naka-white shoes? Ako, syempre, fresh from the province, yung damit ko hindi normal. I mean, hindi yung cool or anything. Like, damit lang, t-shirt, ganyan yung pants, tapos flats, ganyan. Parang medyo na-insecure ako na I don't belong. Kasi, tapos parang hindi na ako nakipag-interact sa mga classmates ko, sa mga kabatch ko noon, hindi ako nakapag-interact.
Growing up, that childish part, parang yung girl na felt ignored nung high school, nadala mo yun sa college.
Nadala ko siya nung college. Kasi parang feeling ko ako yung quiet lang, tapos ako yung prompty.
Kasi iba yung scenario ko. Ako, I've always known I've wanted to be a doctor and the goal was always first to get into UP for college and then next goal was to graduate with honors and then next was to get into medicine school. Nadala ko lang din yung desire ko to excel. I think in college nag-bubble up yung thoughts na, but kaya yung iba, there's starting to date around. Basta sa ako, ay naalala ko pa rin yung score ko sa exam. Doon ko na feel ang boring ng life ko. I didn't pay much attention to how I looked. Kasi siguro nga, tulad ng sabi mo, I've attached myself to the identity na ako yung studious, ako yung responsible. Dinala ko pa rin yun ng college.
Okay.
My college years were the most boring years of my life, to be honest. Kaya I would say, when I went into medicine school, that's when I really, really blossomed. I've met so many diverse people. Kasi feel ko na-reach ko na yung goal ko to get into medicine school. Now what's left? Wala na, just to graduate. And so that's when I started doing new hobbies, like makeup, like going out, partying.
Wait, nung college hindi ka nag-party-party?
I would say
Did you attend yung mga parties?
very few.
Pero like, hindi ka umiinom nun, di ba?
Umiinom ako in not to that degree.
Hindi yung wild. You never had like a wild phase?
No. My life was so boring.
We were kind of different kasi doon ako medyo nag-iba eh.
Yeah. Mas nauna kang mag-bloom in that way. Ako, very mas late pa ako. Yeah, socially.
Kasi na-expose ako doon sa barkada ko na medyo outgoing sila.
Exactly.
Okay.
And ako, I was stuck with the same people I had from high school. Like, same friends, same goals with those friends. So, parang I was kind of in this same maturity level lang. Meanwhile, ikaw, you were having...
Nag-explore ako.
Right. Exactly. You kind of drifted na away from that path. Kaya mas nag-bloom ka na maaga, I would say.
Yeah, and nung college kasi ako, hindi ako nag-aaral. Feeling ko that's the difference between us. Kasi ikaw, nag-focus ka sa pag-aaral. Ako naman parang, no, ayoko. Parang nag-focus ako sa... Nagka-love life ako nung college.
Right. That's where you got your first relationship.
First boyfriend.
How did the past Haydn affect you in that new relationship?
Feeling ko, since I was so deprived of boys' attention nung high school, which I think you can relate to, yung parang deprived ka talaga, you start to form these expectations of what your first boyfriend would be.
Okay.
Parang, kasi lahat ng mga ipinagkait sa'yo nung high school, gusto mong, in-expect mo dun sa tao na first boyfriend mo. Feeling ko, isa din sa mga reasons kung ba't sobrang na-attach ako dun sa first love ko. Kasi nga, parang, he was the first guy who gave me attention. I mean, it's not saying na yun lang yung reason why I like the person. Pero, syempre, when it's the first time that you're experiencing it, intense yung emotions. Na minsan nga iniisip ko, sana lumandi ako nung high school ng mas maaga, such that pag na-meet ko yung person that I really want to be with, hindi ko siya ma-mess up. Kasi, alam mo yun, parang na-experience ko na yung mga puppy love nung high school ako. May experience na ako, I learned from those experiences. Pero ako, since first guy ko talaga siya, ever, as in, ever, like, kahit hold hands, alam mo naman, wala naman akong kinalandi, kahit text or anything, wala talaga nung high school.
So every single thing was new to you.
First.
And exciting to you at the time, right? Of course, it was your first love, first relationship,
talaga.
first everything. So,
First everything.
first everything. Unlike our popular friends back in high school who already had
Practice.
the trial
Practice.
period, sa'yo, yun pa lang.
Oo. So ako talaga, feeling ko noon, ang ganda-ganda ko. Doon naman ako parang, oh shit, ang ganda ko. Kasi this guy really
Gave you so
made
much
me feel.
attention.
Na never ko siyang na-feel nung high school ako.
So would you say that you've attached your confidence to a guy's attention?
Oo. Nung time na yon, kasi sa kanya ko na-feel yung validation na never ko namang na-feel before. So ako, masyado ako na-attach sa kanya. And then I think, dahil doon, inasa ko sa kanya. Mas naging reliant ako na dapat parang he needs to think I'm pretty, he needs to think ganito. So parang siguro hindi rin ako naging masyadong true to myself. Kasi nga parang kinakrave ko lang din talaga yung validation from that person. Tapos it's like hindi na nagmamatter yung opinion ng iba. Parang sa kanya lang. So ang dami kong expectation sa kanya. Lahat binuhos ko. So parang medyo yun din yung fault ko that time. Pero in hindsight, it was really transformative for me. Kasi nga, first time ko na-feel yung, maganda pala ako. Like, okay pala ako. Yung cute pala ako, ganyan. May kakagusto naman pala sa akin. So, naka-help siya sa confidence ko. So, ikaw, I wanna talk about you. Kasi, med school ka lang nagkaroon ng relationship ever. Right. So, can you talk more about that? Paano siya nag-start and how did you know na it was love?
One thing you need to know about me is I'm a very loyal person. Like, I only have one crush per certain phase of my life. I don't know if I told you this. Like, I remember I only had one crush in elementary. In high school, I also had only one crush for all 4 years. College, wala. I told you, college really was the most boring phase of my life. And then med school, same guy. And then, fortunately, it was the same guy that I also got into the relationship with. So to me, it was the most amazing thing. Kasi syempre, crush mo, is naging boyfriend mo pa.
Kasi parang feeling mo na validate na, uy, may nagkagusto sa akin after so long.
Yeah, so when I got into the relationship with the guy, sobrang, it felt like a win.
Finally, para siyang milestone kasi, di ba?
Milestone for me.
Na first boyfriend, ganun.
Yes, kasi I never thought I would have one. That was like a dream come true, if in a sense.
How did you know that it was love? Hindi siya yung crush lang.
I compare it always to how I treat my family and friends. Like, I'm such a person that loves hard.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my love languages really is gift giving. And when I buy you stuff or when I do acts of service to you, I think that shows my love for you.
But what did you love about him exactly?
I
Like,
think my type really would be somebody opposite of me, in a way. Kasi you know me, I'm such a type A. I'm so... So,
Yes.
like, I have to do this, I have to do this. I'm so heated talaga. And I wanted somebody that's calmer, complemented yung pag ako yung nasa stress, siya yung mas relax. Pero at the same time, at the same level of intellectuality. And I think that's what
you liked about
But
the
yeah,
guy.
yeah. And I would say, since it was my first relationship then, I was still in this very young mental state na ang idealistic ko pa na yung mga fantasies na napapanood ko sa K-drama, even in Disney, dala-dala ko pa. But I didn't know na in reality, that's not what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Same. As in yung mga, parang iniisip ko, sinasabi ng mga friends ko rin before na parang, ang taas daw ng expectations ko, ganyan. And alam mo, now nga, looking back, ang taas nga. Ang taas ng expectations ko na parang, hello, students pa lang tayo dito. So, bakit? May time na yun kasi parang nag-expect ako na, alam mo yun sa mga rom-com, yung pag nakikita ko yung mga nagde-date sila sa labas, ganyan, dress up, whatever. But then, now I realize, yung mga rom-com, ka-age natin sila eh. Like, nasa 20s na sila eh, di ba? Yung mga rom-com, like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, working na yung mga yun eh, Sex in the City. Pero yun yung mga napapanood ko. So, yun yung mga expectations ko nung college. Pero, isipin ko, oh my God, I was like 19, 20. Siyempre, wala pa kaming means to do those things. And even the guy, kuwari, expect ko na magbibigay siya ng mga flowers. When you grow up, you realize that flowers are expensive.
Yeah.
Diba? Lalo na pag Valentine's Day, ayan talaga yung mga expectations ko pag Valentine's Day. Grabe, gusto ko may surprise, gusto ko may... Kasi nung high school, di ba, may proposal. Hindi natin na-experience yung may proposal. Tas yung pag Valentine's Day, nung high school, nagbibigay ng mga teddy bear. Yung Blue Magic. Oo, talaga dati, yung may mga rose, ang daming gimmick. Kasi yung mga high school boys, very ma-effort din naman talaga sila. And then, nung nagkaroon tayo ng jowa, later on in life, akala ko ganun pa din. Akala ko parang katulad nung high school na, alam mo yun, may slow dancing. Kasi nga,
Pero I realized growing up, it's not the same for everyone. Friend tayo, lumaki tayo sa provincial life na very family.
yeah, because that's all there is. Yeah, that's all there is.
People receive different kinds of love, and that's how they will also project it to other people, how they know love. Eh, hindi ko yun alam at the time. I kept pushing for what my definition of love was. Na kailangan ganito ang love, ganyan.
Standards.
But people had different knowledge of what love is, and that doesn't mean na mali sila, right? It just shows na we know different things, and that we can just respect each other and build a relationship from that.
So, if you could go back in time, what would you have changed?
I feel like I should have just treated the relationship as a partnership and not more of a ownership. If you know what
I love that.
Like, back then, I attached so much of my happiness to him. Like, if he gave me flowers or if he bought me food, oh, that's gonna make me so happy. I didn't realize na I could have bought myself flowers.
Exactly.
I could have bought myself food. Or parang, at that relationship,
Parang siya yung naging source. Source of
self-worth.
Source of self-worth, source of happiness, source of insecurity. Parang sa kanya, nakadepend ka sa kanya.
Exactly. Did you feel that way too?
I felt that way also. Nung college ako, sobrang yung emotions ko, very extremes. Extremes yung emotion ko kasi parang it's either super happy ko, and then pag naman opposite of that, sobrang broken ko, ganyan. Kasi lahat ng action ng person na yun determines my behavior. Or my mood or for that day. Kunwari, hindi ko nagustuhan niya, hindi siya nag-reply ng ganito. Nainis ako. Pag naman nag-reply siya, masaya ako. Pero alam mo yun, at the end of the day, bakit lagi ako nakatingin sa kanya? Bakit, wala na ba akong ibang kagawaan sa buhay? Na like, yun yung feeling ko nun na, oo nga no, I didn't really do anything else except focus my attention on that relationship. I think it's the same with you.
Basically the same, pero nasa medicine school naman. We would pursue the same things, pursue the same career path, then mas madaling ipasok yung sarili ko sa life niya at madali rin ipasok yung life niya sa sarili ko. Pero the downside of that is we were so enmeshed na di ko na-realize na I could have done my own thing, right? I used to love to dance, right? Or I still love to dance, pero I stopped dancing. Kasi I would want to go out on dates more, or if I see something cool, a new restaurant, I would make sure na we go there. Kasi it's the most coupley thing to do, right? Or if there's a nice place to go to, we should go there. That became my time and attention talaga. I thought that was how things should work. Now, in hindsight, a relationship doesn't have to be based on other people's blueprint, right? You can build your own. So that's one lesson learned.
Ano yung effect niya sa self-esteem mo?
My self-esteem was hitting the all-time low, at lowest na talaga. Kasi yun nga that guy was giving me all the attention.
Naka-attach sa kanya yung self-esteem mo.
Ko, I've attached so much of that. He was the present and the future. I was planning for our future together, and I was of course living the present with him. And nung nawala yun, who the hell am I now? My self-esteem was like rock bottom.
Can you describe how it felt? Yung rock bottom. And
Oh God, that was